On the Paper Talk today, we'll be looking at a potential transfer from Everton. Well, we've had some mixed bag transfers from them, haven't we? We've had the likes of Wayne Rooney, Marouane Fellaini, Romelu Lukaku. There could be another one on the horizon, so we'll be going into that one. Also, a managerial update, because where would we be without a managerial update? And it features some bloke from Ajax called Erik Ten Hag. I don't know. Let's check it out. Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm outside Old Trafford and it's actually quite mild. I'm almost getting ready to take off my parka, which is a scary thought for all involved. We'll get straight into it. Quite a few stories doing the rounds this morning. Managerial stories, Erik Ten Hag stories, obviously, because he's the new flavour of the month when it comes to Manchester United stories. And who are we to argue? There's also a transfer rumour doing the round, so I'll get into that first. This has come from the Daily Mail, and it says Manchester United target Everton forward Richarlison as they continue to keep tabs on the situation at Goodison Park in bid to replace Edinson Cavani. Now, Richarlison is, he's a decent attacker for Everton. His record is okay. I don't think he's particularly set the world alight there. He's only got 4 goals this season in 22 Premier League appearances, which is very similar to what we've already got at the club. You look at Marcus Rashford, who's not having a good season. He's got 4 Premier League goals as well, I think. So that's not really, for me, a step up or worth pursuing. Anyway, you might disagree. If you look over his record over the last few seasons, again, it's okay. Last season, 7 Premier League goals. Season before that, 13 Premier League goals. Very good. Well, okay. The season before that, 13 Premier League goals. And then he was at Watford, where he got 5 Premier League goals in 38 appearances. So it's not like he's amazing. He's also 24, he turns 25 in May. So you're looking at him thinking, okay, is he going to kick on much more? Is there another level to go? For me, he's a decent Premier League attacker. But if Manchester United have got any aspirations of getting to that sort of the top end of the table and challenging for titles and even Champions League places, I don't know if Richarlison's the man for that. I mean, you may disagree. Get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think. It might be not even in for him, but Everton, they're in a bit of trouble. I know they got a big win against Newcastle not long ago, but could they be looking to offload a few players? Could they end up going down and have to offload a few players? We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But Richarlison, for me, is just one of those, like, really signings. It's like, okay, if he comes here, is anyone going to be like buzzing about that? You might be. I just won't be. I just think that's a sort of a bit of a sideways step. I get sort of, Anthony Martial type numbers from him. So is that a step up? Is that worth pursuing? Or Marcus Rashford even? The numbers are very similar. In fact, Marcus Rashford's got better numbers in terms of goals and assists over the last few years than Richarlison. So, okay, you look at it and go, he was at Everton. Marcus was here when United were in the top 3 or top 2. But still, I just don't feel that is a big improvement. I think that, like I said earlier, if United want to kick on, we want to start challenging. We need players of a better ilk than Richarlison, who is just a bit okay, really. Getting on to the managerial latest. Now, this story seems to have been regurgitated a little bit, because the story doing the rounds yesterday, I think it came from Sky, about Manchester United having a four-man shortlist for managers, potential managers that we could be looking to bring in. Now, I remember reading this in The Guardian, I think it was last week, but it's doing the rounds again, and it says that Erik Ten Hag, Julian Lopetegui, Maurizio Pochettino, should know, I've mentioned his name a few times, and Luis Enrique are the 4 people that have been linked with the United job. That's the list that we've got. Obviously, with Luis Enrique, he's the Spanish manager. They've got a World Cup coming up, so the talk there is maybe Ralf Rangnick stays on past the summer till after the World Cup, and then Luis Enrique comes in. I mean, is that a good idea? Does that work? I mean, Luis Enrique is a very good manager. I keep calling him Louis and Lewis. Sorry, I'll stick to one, Lewis. He's a very good manager. Would he wait? Would United wait? Is that the way forward? I don't think it is. I think whoever comes in has to come in the summer, and I think we have to start backing him and getting him the signings that he needs and letting him offload the players that he doesn't need as well. I think that's vital. So I think prolonging the sort of short-termism that's going on at this club doesn't serve anyone very well. So I personally think you can discount Enrique. Pochettino and Ten Hag are the 2 main ones. The other one there, mentioned Lopetegui, yeah, we know what he can do, don't we? We know about him at Sevilla, but I don't know, I just feel like, again, that's a bit of an outside bet, really. That's someone they might have added to the list and go, okay, if we can't get the other 2, that's our 3rd choice. But from what we gather and from what I've been reporting, from what we've read, that it should be every chance that United can get either Pochettino or Erik Ten Hag. It does seem, though, like Erik Ten Hag is the favourite. Also, the reports about Thomas Tuchel, we've covered them a lot over the last couple of weeks, that maybe Thomas Tuchel could be on that shortlist because of what's going on at Chelsea, because of the uncertainty. It looks like the United board aren't too keen on that one. Not necessarily too keen, just don't believe it's going to happen. Feel that Chelsea may be able to get the house in order, may be able to sort of survive this issue. It looks like they've already got bids in. Some lad called Candy offering them a pretty sweet deal. He's coming with an offer apparently. It seems like Chelsea here have somehow managed to come out of this all right. They've had Abramovich has got to sell up and all this other stuff's going on, and they couldn't pay the travel fare and all this, and the not being allowed to have fans in the grounds and this sort of stuff. I was reading somewhere yesterday they might even be able to have fans back in the ground for full amount of fans for the Crystal Palace game, for the semi-final in the FA Cup. They've got a bid coming in, I think, for the £3 billion or whatever, so it looks like they're still going to be mega rich. I mean, yeah, as always, Chelsea seems to be smelling the roses after making that deal with an oligarch that doesn't seem to have had any repercussions for them. So you can make it out what you will, but it looks like United are looking at Thomas Tuchel and going, we ain't going to be able to get him. I think Tuchel may become available if he don't win anything. I think that's the way Chelsea are. I think they might end up sacking him, regardless of what's going on off the pitch. They might go, well, you've not won out, off you go, because that's what they do with managers. Remember Carlos Ancelotti won the double. Next season he finished second in the league. They got rid of him. Same with Conte. I think he won the Premier League, won the FA Cup. They got rid of him. Di Matteo won the Champions League in the FA Cup. Within a few months after that, in the next season, he was sacked. So wouldn't surprise me. Moving on to Erik Ten Hag news, because we all love a bit of Erik Ten Hag news, don't we? There's the usual fare about Erik Ten Hag. It can be is the favourite. He's moved into the driving seat and all this other stuff. We had it yesterday how he's got an agreement with Ajax that's been revealed that he can go to Man United if he wants to, and Man United want him, and it looks like Man United do. It also says now there's reports. I think this has come from the Express and other papers have got this as well, that Manchester United's contract plan for Erik Ten Hag explained as board make decision. It goes on to say that they're looking at a possible 5-year deal, that they think he can be a manager for the next 5 years, and that's what they're looking at Manchester United, that getting him in long term, which would kind of make sense, because the idea and the argument with Erik Ten Hag is he can build something. He built a team at Ajax. He lost a lot of his players. He lost the likes of De Jong, of Ziyech, of Donny van der Beek, of De Ligt, and then he went and he built another team. So he's got that in him where he can build up teams, and if he loses some players, he can, replace them. And what he's got to do when he comes here is build something, because a lot of players are going to be leaving. We know the likes of Pogba probably, well, almost certainly. Pogba, Lingard, Cavani, to name a few. There might be some others there. We know players aren't certain on their futures. Marcus Rashford, Dean Henderson, one or two others perhaps who may be looking at what the new manager wants and whether they can fit into his plans. So he may have to move some of them on. And then he's going to have to bring players in as well. So it is going to take a bit of a rebuild. And that seems like Erik Ten Hag is the man for that job. So we'll keep you posted as always. Looks like United have a long-term plan with Erik Ten Hag coming in as manager. Things can change. Other reports can surface. So as always, we will keep you updated on that. Don't forget, if you're not doing it already, to give us a subscribe. Let's get to 700,000 subscribers by the end of the season. We're going to be speaking as well to a Dutch football expert about Erik Ten Hag. He covers Ajax. He knows all about Erik Ten Hag. So we'll be having an interview with him, and he can tell us all about the Ajax manager, what he will bring to Manchester United if he does come, and whether he thinks he's up to the job. Personally, I think he is, but let's speak to the experts and see what they say. It'd be very surprising if he doesn't, considering the success he's had at Ajax, but you never know. So that's coming up on the channel as well. So make sure you're checking out that and all the other videos as well, and the members section if you're not doing already. We've got some extra content there for our members and a members chat group, the Telegram chat group, which you can get involved in. I've been Jay, outside a pretty mild Old Trafford. Thanks for watching.